Okay, so this video is brought to you by Charmin. So if I cry any tears, I'm going to use the old-fashioned toilet paper roll to catch them. It's not going to be that kind of video. I'm making this video because you guys are nosy and I'm open and I love to share. So let me first do a little bit of housekeeping. First things first, I do not believe in relationship advice. I believe that every person, every relationship is different. You have to beat your own drum and answers will come. I really do believe that. Secondly, I believe that every relationship can work as long as one person is willing to pay the price. I'm not saying that it's going to be a happy or healthy relationship, but if you create an environment that is unconditional, unwavering, faithful, loyal, caring, a soft place for another person to fall in this world, they're going to come back and they're going to want to land there and re-land. So yes, I do believe that every relationship can work. It's up to the individual. Individual people is a more healthy way for that to be. And a last thing is on the housekeeping tip is yeah, I'm an adult. I'm 31. There was no cheating. There was no beating. There was no homosexuality. There was no outside children. You know the stuff that Lifetime movies are made out of. I'm an adult, and I had to make an adult decision. And that adult decision, he says that he sold me a dream. And let me get a yalla on you for a minute. He sold me a dream when I was looking for a vision. It is very important for me to have a vision in my life. When I say a vision, it has to be something that is far off in the distance that I am working towards, right? Because I like life to be fluid, to have currency, to have emotion that is just not stalled and hard and full of condemnation. Instead, I like a very much so empowering type, analytical, intellectual type of lifestyle. I would not be good, and I would not do well with someone who just did not think. And he was a thinker, and we had great conversations. But when it came to manifesting that and really working on that and making it realistic, he wanted to live day by day. Let's get practical for a moment. There's some things that I would like to have if I'm in a relationship. I would like to have like a house, apartment, townhouse, or something like that. That's not an apartment. I would like to have some kind of family business, whether it's something that we do on the weekend or after work, or even if, the blessing would be if it went full time. I also would like to travel. All those things take planning. If you cannot have a plan if you do not have a vision, or where are you going, type thing. So also, in my particular situation, let me give you like a little bit of the juicy part. We had stopped sleeping in the same bed for 6 months. Well, how do I know that he wasn't cheating? Because he would call me all day long and tell me how horrible his day was. I don't know when it happened, and I actually talked to some other women about it, and they all said like as their mates or their man started to get older and older, that they became more like mean or nice, either direction. It was never like a median. It's never like the man stayed the same. And in my case, I think he became more discouraged. He became more critical. He just did not see the joy in the day. There was always a problem from sun to sundown. Oh, the traffic is too slow. Oh, they're talking about me. Oh, these guys want to take a long lunch. Oh, they're gonna let somebody else be the boss for the day. And I was supposed to be the boss of that project, and it was all day. And then I felt like he would like race home, see that I was there, and go sit on the couch. And then if I wanted to go somewhere, it would be like, no words, no words, no words. As soon as I leave, text message, phone calls. Where are you going? What are you doing? Why are you doing it? Also, when I wanted to go to nursing school, and when I was pursuing that, and I still am going to pursue that, he was intentionally distracting me from studying. He would stand over the kitchen table. He would, if I went to Starbucks, he would come up to Starbucks acting silly, like just being full on distraction because he honestly felt, and it wasn't just silly, it was real. He outright said that he did not want to support me through school again, because he had already seen me get one bachelor's degree. And then I was like, but you're not supporting me because I'm doing it all by myself. He's like, oh, but that's time that you're taking away from the relationship. That's time that we could be having fun. Having fun like how so? Oh, like watching movies and doing things, or you could be cooking or cleaning. That doesn't sound like fun to me, So I remember thinking to myself, I feel like I'm jumping through hoops. I came from Florida to Texas for you, check. You said that I didn't need to cook and clean for you anymore. Scratch that off. You just wanted me to get a job. Check. Now you want me to go back to cooking and cleaning. Okay, I don't know. And then before you want me to do that, I need to stop pursuing school and just go get a higher paying job just so that you can be more braggadocious to your friends. I said, okay, I hear you. Because see, I'm a receiver. I accept people for who they are and where they are. If you come to me in a flea market fashion, I will accept you in a flea market fashion. I will not treat you like a higher level store, but I will accept you. And he could not accept that I would not put that type of thought process on a pedestal, right? So it came to the point where it wasn't good enough me trying to jump through all these hoops where I was like, oh, before I do anything else, I'm going to do what I want to do. And for me, that's when I released the reins off of my relationship because it really came to a moment of clarity. I can stay in this relationship and make it work, but I will not remain the same. I remember that thought as clear as day. I was sitting out in my car at 12 o'clock, noontime, in front of a Starbucks, enjoying my life, and I was thinking about all the things that this man wanted. And I was like, if I stay in this relationship, if I stay in this state, I will not be the person who came here. I will absolutely change. And I continued for like 2 years after that or whatever, until I came to that point where I couldn't jump through a hoop. And I said to myself, now I no longer want to change to be what he wants me to be because that's a very confusing person. I now want to be something that I visualize. And that's why I never got married and I never brought children into the relationship because it did not seem real to me. And when I say real, it was not a reality that I could see myself living long term. Now it's scary. I didn't pay a bill in 7 years, and I had a lot of naysayers saying that I had a good relationship, that I didn't have problems, that I was being silly, and they have no clue what personal conviction I felt. I can say that the person who walked into that relationship and the person who raised the question within herself and the person who exited the relationship are three totally different people. I changed at every single moment. When I walked into that relationship, I was in my early 20s. I was having fun. I didn't care. The only thing I wanted to do was go to the mall, look good, come home, have dinner, have drinks, go out, same thing, rinse, repeat. Fun, fun, fun. Go, go, go. Fine. And then a question, I didn't ask it, it came to me. And the question was, I remember him wanting to buy a car. It was a Mercedes, and he wanted to make that decision. And he felt that that was his decision to make. But I knew it was going to change our lifestyle. And I felt, well, shouldn't we be talking about marriage, or shouldn't we be talking about buying a house, or shouldn't we be talking about what we want to do with our finances? If we're gonna like combine, or if he's gonna start making big purchases and things like that. And he said, "This is my life and my mistakes, and I want to make them." So a question came to me was, is this the person, right? But it didn't come to me in that nutshell because I was going to church, to a very uplifting church, and it came to me as, if these words are true, and I am a Christian, meant to live God's will, is this the man for me to submit myself to? Because I absolutely believe that husbands should submit, that wives should submit themselves to the husband. But every person is not meant to submit themselves to every circumstance, right? As my sister loves to say, there's levels to this. And that's absolutely true. There's levels in your companies, there's levels in your home, there's levels in your family, there's levels in the car you drive, there's levels in your neighborhood, there's levels to dealing with people. And on my most fundamental level, when I'm in a room all alone and that question comes to me, I am a Christian. I want to do God's will. Is this the man for me? I cannot answer yes, not even for a dress. So then I began to question myself. I am a Christian and I want to live in God's will. Will not God will me forward? And I remember him calling me and driving to work and just thinking that, wow, like right now, God could just blow this highway away. He can take a roof off of a house. I know, wow, I just know that God is big, that he is great. and I just know that he could do something for me, right? Like I didn't want to make it like so personalized and really because it's very scary to think about being so far from my family and so far from everyone. How was I really going to make that transition from being completely taken care of to being out on my own? And especially when they say you have a lifestyle that you have become accustomed to, yes, that is very true. So it seemed like it was gonna take a miracle or something like that, but I'm living proof that hey, it does happen. So like when the naysayers do come up, I say, I'm a Christian and I'm supposed to do God's will, and if He wills me for it, should I not follow? And then they go, you know how people do, because people will naysay. And one thing that I came to realize is that I don't know too many single women who do not have children who live alone, and that's why I do not believe in advice, because advice is only relevant to the situation that you're giving it upon. But if you have never been in my situation, how can you advise it? There are some women who have never lived alone. Not one day have they ever lived as an adult without children. So I feel overwhelmed when I have to come up with my own conclusions, and I do find myself like getting defensive because it's all this like, do you realize what you're saying out of your mouth doesn't even apply to me? Like, like I'm excited. I am vibrant. I feel like that I really did shed a weight, and it's just so simple as coming to the conclusion of who am I and what do I want? Can I grow with this person? Honestly, when no one's watching, will I be fulfilled? And I had too many no's. I had too many no's. So yeah, I don't know any other better way to like film this, like or say. So I hope that like answers your questions or that you got something out of it. I'm very honest, and yeah, I try not to be selfish, but I do know that we are all called to do something in this life. Do I believe that God will say that yeah, that not so good person is meant for that lady? Yeah, it does happen when people really do bond and feel a connection with someone who others may not approve of. But it also happens when you are bonded to someone that everyone approves of, but you just don't feel like it's right for you. So I just wanted to get that out there because there's so many different ways to walk this life. And it's very rare to find someone who's walking it like you if you don't fit the status quo and if you are articulate about it. I'm not out there trying to man bash, which I can man bash with the best of them, honey. But that's only for like random happy hour conversations. You know what I mean? For the most part, I'm willing to give 150% in every relationship. And when I say I give it all until I'm about to give out. I will not give up until I feel like I must faint if I don't. And that's why I am happy with my decision. I'm so very happy. It is scary. It is very scary. I am finding myself, I need to be a lot more disciplined. Even like today, like I had like one little thing of toilet paper this morning. I was like, who runs out of toilet paper? The person who's not used to buying it. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna be a journey, and I don't want to ramble too much because I'm getting tired and I was supposed to go to the gym. So, bye. Thank you, girls, so much for watching, and yeah, bye.